Oh my God.
That looks so beautiful.
Wow. It is beautiful. That is a piece of artwork on the plate.
Now I'm gonna cut it right in the center so you see it. Look at that. Wow. Inside is a soft yogurt foam, and then the Krispies at the bottom, so you can see Rice Krispies that I threw inside.
There's some really interesting flavors. The yuzu, which is an Asian fruit, adds a pop of citrus. It looks elegant, it looks simple, it looks beautiful, and it tastes complex.
Great work, Matthew.
Thanks, guys.
Let's go, Matthew.
I've made 2 spheres and they both look perfect, so I'm feeling, pretty proud that I've actually managed to do this. The next step is to cut the hole in the top so that I can put the other elements in there, the Rice Krispies, the pastils, and pipe that yogurt mousse in. Well, I've got a little cutter. I need to heat that up and very, very carefully cut a hole through the top. It's quite a nerve-wracking step. I'm feeling pretty good about where I'm at right now.
Reynold, do you need to spend some time on your domes now?
Yeah, Molly. I'm taking out the spheres out of the mold and it's looking pretty good. I've got to get the right size. I've got to make sure that they're sealed properly.
So get those spheres joined.
It needs to be perfectly round. When I put the 2 halves together, I'm making sure there's no cracks where it joins. Looking at Masterclass's ball, it's perfect. It's very thin, and I'm looking at mine, it's okay. I'm just hoping it's thin enough and not too thick.
Keep pushing, go back in the freezer. Go.
It's time to plate up, and I've got to move fast. 5 minutes is not enough time. Grab the plum liquor jelly, and I've got to scrape it to make my granita. As I'm scraping it, it's just pulling off the plastic wrap. It's not looking right. It's just too chunky. It's too big. I've got to transfer it to another ball, and I've got to just mesh it up.
You have got to hustle. Come on, Rose.
It's organised chaos.
That's it, Rose.
I've got all the elements for my dish almost there. My pastilles are set. I just need to cut them up and sugar them. I want to make sure that I get every element on the plate. It's going to come down to the tiniest little details. There's a lot of pressure to get it right.
So I've got to cut the little jelly spheres that go onto the top of the balls. I know that the clock's ticking. I'm really getting nervous. A few of them are tearing. I don't want to be sent home because I miss out on one element on the dish that's important.
Come on, Matthew.
I've got a few minutes left in my cook and I've ticked off all the elements on my dish. I'm so relieved that I've got all my elements done. Now it's time to actually plate it up. I'm being really careful. It'd be really frustrating right now if I forgot to put something on the plate.
I didn't draw a picture at the start, so I've got to try and remember from memory what the plating was like. I'm trying to assemble it all together. I've got to remember what's inside the ball and what's on the outside.
With my history of plating things up, there's always room for something to go wrong, so I'm just hoping that I can still pull this all together. I put the other elements in there, the Rice Krispies, the pastils, and pipe that yogurt mousse in. I finally managed to get a jelly disc on reasonably well, so I'm happy with that.
I'm trying to remember how much rubies she put on, how much caviar she put on. I'm trying to remember where the pastils go. And I'm just looking at this, just something really, really missing.
Starting to garnish it with all little bits and pieces, and it's actually starting to look really beautiful. The little pastils really pop against the pink.
Come on, Rose, you can do it. Let's go, Rose.
The Rice Krispies are nice and bright. Yeah, all of a sudden I've got this beautiful dish.
Time's up, and I'm looking at my dish, and it hits me. I know what's missing. I forgot to put the Rice Krispies on the outside of the ball. I'm pretty sure I put them inside, but I haven't put them outside. I've got this, sunken feeling that I know it's gonna be me. There's little details like Rice Krispies, the thickness, I don't know if it was okay. I'm nervous, I can't breathe. I'm hardly taking any breaths in because I'm worried I might be going home. Service seems to be going pretty well at the start. I feel like I'm in rhythm, I'm getting all the dishes out. And I look up, and the maitre d' is bringing back a plate of fish.
Chef, table 3, 1 fish was raw.
First fish is raw, and this could really send me to that elimination tomorrow. It's unforgivable to send out raw food.
Get another one on.
Yep.
Quickly. Get another one on and we fix it, yeah? Yes, George.
After that first one, I came back raw. I'm gonna make sure that this time it's gonna be cooked perfectly all the way through, and making sure that all the other fish are gonna be cooked perfectly as well.
How long on my fish? How long on the fish? I need whiting for 3, then I need it for 5.
It's a lot of pressure for everyone in this kitchen because this is George's kitchen and this is his menu. And there's a lot of riding on this because it's his reputation as well as on the line.
Come on, mate, come on, go. Finish the garlic, come on. Yes, George,
I didn't think I'm going to get any dishes up in service, but I'm actually getting them out.
Right, service.
Hopefully the rest are all cooked perfectly and taste like lamb tzatziki. Because the semi-finals, that position is a steak.
When I compare it to George's, it's not as sharp, it's not as clean, it's not as shiny. And maybe you struggled a little bit with the preparation. Mine's a little bit wavy and moving around.
Detail's good though. The dried lemon zest on one side and on the other, the same number of dots of black garlic puree. So much is going to depend on how that fish is cooked.
Tell you what, that black garlic adds so much to that dish. And the combination of the yogurt and that fermented black garlic is absolutely delicious.
Yeah, and for me, the cooking the whiting is absolutely perfect. Yeah. I wouldn't mind a little bit more salt, just a little bit of
You know
salt.
what I was thinking it was? It's the lamb fat, not enough lamb fat.
That was my next question, because the whole idea is this is the whiting that thinks it's a lamb. At no point do I think this is a lamb dish. No. It's always a whiting dish. It's a beautiful whiting dish, but the gag doesn't really play on it.
Just had whiting with black garlic and lamb, apparently. Lamb was a little bit subtle. Amazing combinations of textures and flavours. They all work together beautifully.
Yeah, it's lovely. Fantastic. I thought it was a great dish.
This is beautiful. It's perfectly balanced. Great textures as well.
Once this whiting leaves the past, then we go on the lamb, yeah? This is when it gets interesting.
I'm really starting to doubt myself. This is absolutely the most important challenge we've done to date. Whoever's going to win is going through the semi-finals. We're in George's restaurant cooking for all these amazing people.
You right? What's wrong?
I don't know how I'm going to do this.
I've just got to clean down my bench.
Yeah.
And then I'm all yours, hon.
I'm trying with everything that I have to keep it together. But I can feel the pressure starting to build inside me.
Away, 3 lamb.
Yes, George.
How long?
A few minutes, George. Every plate will have a lamb skewer and a leek tempura, and I've got to cook them to order.
Jessica, you can do it, come on.
I'm really, really frustrated with myself today. I had the advantage that, could have set me up for success, and I have chosen what is now quickly becoming clearly the hardest dish of the day.
How long on 3 lamb, Jessica?
10 seconds. I've got, well, not to plate, but to give you all the stuff.
How long on 3 lamb, Jessica?
Am I plating them?
Yeah. Get the girls to help you.
I pretty much buried myself today. Definitely regretting the dish that I've chosen.
Look at me. Just talk to us. Tell us what you need. You're the chef of this section.
I can't cook everything and plate everything.
Okay, all right.
I honestly don't see how I'm going to get any food up today, but I just have to keep cooking until it happens.
Breathe, sweetheart. Just breathe. You can do it. We're here to help you, okay?
Georgia, you can start plating up there, yeah?
Sure.
Well, I'm going to walk out? I don't think so. Not on George.
Right, let's go. This is 3 lamb, table 3. After that, Jessica, I need a 3 and then a 5.
I'm so proud of Jessica. She's had such a tough day today, but she's powering through.
First lambs hit the table, Jessica, and can I tell you, there's smiles on their faces, yeah? So, you know what? Those tears in here are turning into smiles out there, and that's what it's about, you hear me?
Yes, George.
Yes, so come on, keep going. Yes?
Yes, George.
Come on.
I am absolutely in a blur of service. I'm trying to do tempura and 3 different meats and heat up my fondants and leeks all at the same time.
I need now 3 lamb, then a 5 lamb.
Yes, George.
And I'm supposed to be plating, but George is doing that for me.
Oh, no. Okay, quick. We'll get it.
And within that blur, I've dropped 2 of my leek cannellonis on the floor, which I don't have any spares for.
Jessica, what's going on?
Nothing's going right for me today.
I've got a problem. I just dropped 2 of my leeks and I don't have any spare.
You need to make a decision what you want to do about that.
Can you cut them in half, Jess?
You either cut them in half, you don't serve it to the customer, you go and explain it to the customer, whatever. You make the choice.
Yeah.
That's what it's about, yeah?
My only option is to serve a customer a half portion of these little cannelloni.
Right, service, we'll take the barbecues out, yeah?
So I'm going to take that dish out myself so I can apologise for the incomplete dish.
I need to apologise to your table that you only have little half of your little leeks. I had some problems today. I thoroughly hope you enjoy the rest of it.
Thank you.
I'm really glad that I apologised because it was the right thing to do. But it's just the most embarrassing thing.
That is the difference, yeah? And I'm proud of you, yeah? Because you stood up to your mistakes. That's what it's about, yeah? You did it. You hear me? You picked the hardest dish, all right? And I'm proud of you. Come on, let's go.
The fact that George is proud of me today is definitely something to hold on to.
Come on, Jess, last one, last one.
That's good, Georgia. You support, yeah?
Yes, George.
It's a team. It's a team here, yeah?
Yes, George.
All right? That's what hospitality is. It's one big team. We look after each other. We support each other. It's about pride and dignity, yeah?
Yes, George.
I'm so glad I got through it.
Service!
I was under the pump the entire time, so I just hope everything had enough time to cook.
Immediate reaction.
Well, certainly the skewer, the puree, and even the fondant to some degree look absolutely delicious.
Well, let's hope that all the hard work Jess put in manifests itself in terms of flavour, which is what she does on the plate.
The onion is delicious, though. What I'm struggling with is because some elements aren't perfect, they become superfluous. So that fondant, which I love fondant potatoes because they're soft and delicious and kind of oozy and buttery, that's not, it's undercooked. It's got another 15, 20 minutes to go. On the plus side, love that cerise puree, love that soft onion, it's delicious. And that little meat skewer with all those elements, that's meaty and delicious and barbecuey and really beautiful. That and the onions, I'm very, very impressed with.
The lamb belly is absolutely perfect, delicious, melty, falls apart, goes so well with the sweetness of the onion puree. So you feel with this dish that if Jessica maybe had 1 or 2 less elements to do, she would have done an amazing job. As it is, the sheer workload may have defeated her.
Had the lamb dish. It was very good. Potato was a bit under, but other than that, the flavour was good.
We just ate the lamb. Delicious, delicious. The onion's beautiful, beautiful, sweet. The tempura really made the dish. It was great.
Desserts are about to start, yeah?
I start plating up my desserts. I'm really happy with the way they're looking. The twills are looking good.
How long for my desserts, Billy?
3 minutes, George, and may I please have the liquid nitrogen?
Yes, Billy.
It's time to make my snow with the liquid nitrogen, and I've sort of been dreading this point because I haven't ever used it before, but I'm really excited to try it.
Billy,
Yes,
you
sir.
can do the nitrogen yourself, yeah?
Okay,
but you have
George.
to wear the goggles and the gloves, yeah?
Feels so weird to put on these sort of goggles and the gloves and open this big canister of liquid nitrogen.
Okay, squirt it gently, slowly.
And then squirting the snow mix in there, I feel a bit like I'm in a lab rather than a kitchen.
Ready?
Just about to. But it's really cool, and it's actually a lot easier than I thought it would be. So yeah, I'm happy with what I've made.
I need brulees for 6. How long, Billy?
2 minutes, George.
Good girl.
I'm loving this. It's so amazing to be in George Columbaris's kitchen at the press club, cooking his food to serve to these, you know, top chef diners.
Come on, last one. That's it. Come on, Billy.
Yes, George.
Finish it up.
Winning today's challenge would be huge. It would mean that I would have a spot in the semi-finals.
How long on the 5? Come on.
5 seconds.
This is it.
Yes,
Hey,
George.
they invented the marathon, the Greeks, didn't they?
Yes,
It's
George.
definitely a marathon today, wasn't it?
Yes, George. I'm happy with my version of the creme brulee, but it just takes one element that's not right to send me into elimination.
When the waiter started his spiel, I totally forgot that it wasn't George's normal team in the kitchen. It looked that clean. She's cut those plums well, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Really, really,
Really
got
fine.
thin.
Really fine. I had no problem finishing that at all.
You look at the dish, the textures, the way the fennel part and his cream bounce off each other, the beautiful theatre of that biscuit, you know, collapsing over the sponge and kind of like, you know, almost marbling that sponge with the melted sugar. The lightness of the sponge, and it is super light, and the balance of flavours. It's a really
Spicy. It's delicious.
yeah, and just perfectly in balance.
You know, the only thing I think is that mascarpone cream is a little heavy. It's
Yeah.
almost on the verge where it almost could be broken or split, but because it was hidden by the little caramel crunch, I didn't really pick it up until I started examining it.
Today's challenge is to follow and keep up with Marco as he makes his dish lamb on crapinette. The worst 2 dishes go into elimination at the end of this week, and I'm worried that I'm one of them because having to re-butcher my lamb has set me 3 or 4 steps back.
How's it going, Billy? Done? Yes?
Not yet, Marco.
Right. For the chicken mousse, we add the cream. Approx 250 mils.
I'm making a chicken mousse, and I don't know where this goes in the dish. I've made a mousse like this before and you know, put it inside tortellini or cooked it as a mousseline. So I think that the consistency that I've got here is fine, but I don't know how Marco's going to get us to use this.
When you've done that, place it in your fridge.
Come on, Billy.
I'm finally happy with my double lamb chop, but I have to race to catch up with Marco on this chicken mousse.
I'm really worried about Billy. Marco's moving really, really quickly.
Your mousse should be made.
At this stage, I'm thinking it will be an absolute miracle for her to pull through today.
Now, we need tongue, ham, truffle. For the brunoise, for the lamb chops. And let's dice the tongue, not too small and not too large. Yes, Marco?
Yes, Marco.
This is pickled tongue. It's already prepared.
This is a 3 Michelin star dish. That means everything has to be perfect, right down to how finely I cut this tongue and ham.
I'm watching you, Reynold.
Yes, Marco.
Are you watching me?
Yep.
Is it fine enough, Reynold?
Yes, Marco.
Good. Come on, Billy, you need to move on. Come on, quicker.
Yes, Marco.
Come on. Reynolds, you on the ham?
Yep, on it now.
That's it, Billy.
The really big difficulty of this challenge is the uncertainty. We haven't even seen the final dish, and as I'm preparing each element, I don't know where it's going to be used or how much of it I'm even going to need.
How's it going, Billy? You're happy with it?
It's a little bit big, Marco. I think I need to go smaller.
If it's a little too large, then just chop it through a bit.
Yep.
Easy, isn't it?
No, Marco.
So it is.
I feel like I've made up time, but I don't want to fall any further behind today, so I'm racing through this tongue, ham and truffle dice.
Get it nice and fine, Billy.
Then get your chicken mousse. Chicken mousse, yes, Marco.
Yes, Marco. Yes, Marco.
Come on.
Let's go, Matthew. Come on, Billy.
Do you want me to leave you behind?
No, Marco.
There you are. Can you see? So it's there as it binds, okay?
Yep.
Can you see?
Yep.
You see?
Yes, Marco.
Come on, keep up.
Only put in the bowl what you saw with Marco, because how much mousse can you put on top of a lamb chop? Let's be honest. About flavour.
Remember, not too much mousse. Are you listening to me?
Yes, Marco.
Yes, Marco.
Get your lamb chop and season. Salt and white pepper. Yes, Marco.
Yes, Marco.
Season it generously. Yes, Marco.
Yes, Marco.
Come on, Reynolds, keep up. You're dropping behind.
Then top your mousse with the presentation side of your chop. Yes?
Yes,
Yes,
Marco.
Marco.
Then you get your crepinette. Can you see? Can you see the crepinette?
Yes, Marco.
Yes, Marco.
Which is not damaged. Crepinette is pig's gall.
The crepinette is the outside fat lining from a pig's stomach. I've seen it in a lot of cookbooks. This is the first time I've used it.
And wrap your cutlet when it's been topped with your farce with the crepinette.
This is a really delicate process because this is a really thin film of fat. So you have to be really careful not to pierce it. It's going to act like a sausage casing, holding the mousse in place on top of the lamb.
It looks like it just might burst open.
A burst crepinette at this stage would be a complete disaster. The only thing I can think of is to wet the edges of the caul fat and try and stick it together. Hopefully that's enough.
So you've all got your woks on, yes?
Yes, Marco.
All three of them are in trouble in one way or another. The pressure is so intense, it's even making me nervous.
Split them down the middle, halfway down, because we've got to get the grit out.
Yes, Marco.
Yes, Marco.
Wash your leeks.
Yes, Marco.
Yes, Marco.
Take your baguette leeks and dice them. Yes.
Yes, Marco.
See, the reason why you have to answer me is because then I know that you've taken instruction. If you don't answer me, I'll keep on asking you the same question. Yes.
Yes, Marco.
Who's got his chop in the steamer, guys?
Come on, Reynold.
Reynolds, are you watching me or Matthew?
Watching you, Marco.
Can't hide from Marco. He's got an eagle eye on everything.
Reynold, that thing should be on the gas. Come on, get it on the gas. You put your olive oil in, put salt in.
Not yet.
Is there water in there, Reynolds?
No. This is multitasking to another level. Having to have one eye on him, one eye on what you're doing, one ear to Marco and one ear to the gantry.
Come, Reynold, you need to get that pan, put some water in it.
It's just insanely tough.
Reynolds, he's speeding up, you're not.
When you've got a spare moment, wipe down.
Oh. Just take your time. Take your time, mate.
I'm panicking at the moment. I look over at Billy, I look over at Matt. I feel really lost.
Come on, Reynolds, quickly.
I'm really worried about Reynold. His meat should have been in the steamer ages ago. I have no idea where his head is.
Reynolds?
Reynolds, you chop.
Reynolds, you chop.
Needs to be in the
Needs to be in
steamer.
the steamer.
He is letting the pressure get to him, and that is a one-way ticket to elimination.
I'm watching you, Reynolds.
Yes, Marco.
Are you watching me?
Yep.
Next step, chop the truffle. Finely chopped. It's just for the garnish at the end, yes?
Yes, Marco.
Yes, Marco.
Yes, Marco. I used all my truffle before.
I realised that I've cut up all of my truffle already to use as part of the chicken mousse.
Matthew.
Yes, Marco.
Have you run out of truffle?
Yes, Marco.
That wasn't very clever of you, was it?
Not particularly, Marco.
I'm really worried now because if I don't have truffle to go in there, then my sauce isn't going to taste the same as Marco's. You know, I've already got a mistake with the lamb. I'm in real trouble.
Matthew, get more truffle.
Matthew.
Yes, Marco.
Come on.
Thankfully, I've got some of this truffle left, but it's mixed in with the tongue and the ham. I think if I can pick some of it out, I might be able to save this sauce. My biggest concern is this is going to cost me time, and Marco's rushing ahead.
In with your baguette leeks. In a small frying pan with a little bit of butter.
Come on, you need to push it.
It's getting to the stage of the cook now where I have to rely on my instinct with some of these steps now. I haven't seen how much butter is put in. I know, you know, finishing off a sauce with a lot of butter is often a good thing. I've just got to trust myself.
Matthew, regulate your temperature so if you can get that pan onto a bigger heat, it's going to melt butter quicker.
Thanks, Sars.
Then take out your leeks. Just take off the outer leaf.
Yes, Marco.
And then cut it on the angle. You're not looking. Do you see me, Billy?
Yes, Marco.
Good. I'm glad you were watching.
Reynold, watch those leeks. You're following, you're copying, but you've also got to think about what's going on here. How's the dish coming together in your head? What's it going to taste like? When you should season.
Mushrooms. Add the asparagus to the frying pan. Are you watching?
Yes, Marco.
Good. Add your cutlet to the frying pan. Roll your cutlet round.
As I'm caramelising my lamb, I want to get a nice colour on it, but it's a fine line because too much heat could overcook the lamb.
Add your leeks. Add your truffle juice to the pan with the cutlet. Yes?
Yes, Marco.
Good. Add your truffle. A little bit of truffle oil, a little bit of butter.
Remember, you're creating a little emulsion or a sauce in that pan.
Plates up. Follow Marco. You need to follow him now.
Your creamed leeks in the middle. Yes, Marco.
Yes, Marco.
Yes, Marco.
This is a crucial bit, the plating. Come on, quickly.
Reynold, come on.
Add your asparagus. Fold the leeks. Are you watching? Are you
Yes,
watching?
Marco. Yes, Marco. Yes, Marco.
Fold your leeks over. If it means you have to burn your fingers, burn your fingers.
Yes, Marco. Yes, Marco.
Watching Marco plate up and then looking down to Billy, she's just behind him. I'm so impressed with how well she's done to catch up, considering how far behind she was at the beginning.
Add your lamb.
Come on, guys, let's go.
This dish is coming together really quickly, and it's looking amazing. Except for the fact that I've got a giant bone that's so big that it's hanging off the side of the plate.
Come on, dress. Come on.
I've almost finished plating, but the butter from my leeks has leached out and it's ruining the presentation. I need to plate up again.
What are you doing? What's Matt doing?
Starting again is going to cost me time.
Oh, God, no. Oh, no.
But if I plate it up the way that it is, then I'm definitely in the bottom two.
Add your mushrooms.
Keep up, Marco's almost finished. He's going to finish in a second. You need to get it done. You have to get everything on the plate, get all the elements.
Yes.
I can't believe Matthew's replating. It is a huge risk.
Add your truffle and a little bit of your juice.
The challenge ends when Marco finishes plating, and it looks like he is seconds away. Matthew could end up with nothing on his plate.
All the elements. Come, Matthew. Get it on the plate.
Finish with parsley.
Come on, Billy. Keep pushing, guys.
Keep going, Matthew. Come on, you can do it.
Fast as you can, Matthew. Just get it on the plate.
Matthew, Reynold, Billy. Come on, come on.
Vegetables around, Matthew. Vegetables around. Good, mate. That's it. And then grab that sauce.
Tip the sauce
Mushrooms.
on. Tip the sauce on.
I'm finished. Come on.
Go, Matt, go. Sauce.
Matthew, come on, buddy.
Sauce.
Dress
Come on,
it.
Matthew.
Dress it.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Come on, Matthew.
3, 2, 1.
That's it.
Step away.
I'm trying to be really gentle with the fish to try and get it off this rack, but it has stuck. I'm absolutely terrified of it falling apart, but it has to get off and onto the plate. I've torn the skin. Everything was going so well, but every detail counts, and this could really cost me. but I just need to keep moving now. So gently place the fish on the plate and give an extra spoonful of that yummy dressing, because I remember Brett's having a big pool in the middle. Hopefully it tastes good.
Another day, another pressure test. How did this one feel, Jessica?
I enjoyed myself today. Lovely dish. Probably my favourite dish that we've cooked.
What I really loved about the way you cooked today was you cook with real heart, and I can tell you understand the flavour of food, because when I put my spoon in your dressing, I knew you had tasted it and thought about it. And that's a really important thing to remember when you're cooking, and that's something that you've got that not a lot of people have.
Thank you.
It's up to the plate of food now to speak for itself. It's up to us to taste. Fingers crossed. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Well done.
Wow. I know we could sit here and harp on about the issues with the skin, but I'm looking at that pool of dressing in there and I'm salivating. It looks glistening and tasty.
But it does look a bit shambolic, but it's like all Jessica's food. It looks a little bit messy, a little bit chaotic, but you know the flavour's going to be there. It's almost a calling card.
That's beautiful. Shall we taste?
Yeah.
Oh, that sauce is just spectacular. It's kind of smoky and rich and sweet, and got that just amount of right acidity to balance it. And that's an absolute smash.
Look, negatives are obviously the skin is not good. You know, she's teared a lot of it. But the cuisson, the cooking of the fish is exceptional. That lovely cannellone's been seasoned well. The avocado tastes great, but that dressing, Matt, you're right. I mean, it is beautiful.
Yeah, you know, the number one thing when you eat a dish is, are you going to stop eating it? You know, are you going to put your knife and fork down? And that's a sort of dish you don't want to put your knife and fork down when it's got that much flavour. You know, that's what cooking's about, isn't it?
Another great tasting. This is going to go right down to the wire, I think.
Good luck, sweetie.
All right, let's do this. I feel like I did well in the cook so far, but if I want to place in the semi-final, I'm gonna have to cook this fish perfectly. There's a fine line between undercooking it and overcooking it. It's not gonna be easy. I'm cooking the bonito, and the recipe says to do it skin side down only, but I feel like I need to flip it because I don't want to overcook the bottom. I flip the fish just for a couple of seconds and I flip it back. I've cooked my fish in the pan and I transfer that into an oiled rack over the open flame. I'm trying really hard to get this fish off properly and making sure I don't break the skin too much. But a bit of the skin is quite ripped. I've done my absolute best today, but I've made a small mistake, and that could really cost me. I've got all the elements there, but I'm really worried with the fish. This is the very last pressure test of the competition, and it's pretty scary because this could be my very last day in the MasterChef kitchen as well. As I'm walking the dish in, I'm just hoping that the fish is going to be all right. If I haven't got it right, that's going to send me home.
You've done amazing things. How important is it to you to stay rather than to go now?
At this point in the competition, I just want to pretty much, I want to strive for perfection now, just like do well. I want to be the best that I can be as well, and I want to put up food that is spectacular and, you know, put smiles on people's faces. My food dreams to have a dessert bar. I want it to be one of the best dessert bars there is.
Do you feel obliged,
I guess,
to be the best?
Yes, yeah. I'm hard on myself for a reason because I really want to keep improving. I want to get better and better every time. I just want to keep going. I just want to keep going because I love it.
Reynold, this is it, man. It comes down to what you've put on that plate and how well you've replicated Brett's dish. Yeah? Thank you, Reynold.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, mate. Well done.
Brett, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good effort. I mean, he's had trouble with the skin there.
Yeah, well,
the skin's come off. He's put 2 pieces of cucumber because he realised it was too small. But, you know, as I was tasting all the elements of the dish in the kitchen, it all tastes good. It all looks good.
Well, let's find out how it goes together.
Thank heavens for tweezers. In terms of the cooking of the fish, Brett, how do you think he's gone?
Yeah, I think he's done one side really nicely, but what you can be very careful of when you cook a fish like bonito, it can become so dry so quickly. So you definitely don't want to flip it over.
Do you think that's what happens here?
Yeah, I think he's slightly unevenly cooked and he put too much heat on the side that hasn't got the skin on it. The skin's the bit that protects it from drying out. It would have been better if he hadn't have given any heat to the side that didn't have the skin on it.
Well, I'm pretty proud of him. There's so much to love about Reynold's efforts, because for me, it is jam-packed full of yummy flavour, and that jelly is so fine, and his pastry skills have come to the fore because it's wafer thin, and that's what it needs to be. It shouldn't be this sort of, you shouldn't be tasting jelly. It should just be there, just holding everything together, and then bang, you get all that creamy, sort of tartare stuff in the middle. It's a delicious dish.
It is the great pleasure of doing this job, but also the great pain of doing this job, that when you get 3 dishes that have all done elements so well, you then have to pick which one goes home.
As much as I don't want to do this, we need to go and tell them the result, shall we? It takes very special people to create very special days. Today's been a special day because the 3 of you have once again done us proud.
It's amazing for me to think that you guys are amateur cooks, not professionals. I thought this dish would make it easy for us as judges. I've had people through my kitchen who have failed with that dish, who have struggled with it, and you guys did a fantastic job. And all of you demonstrated to me why you're at the sharp end of this competition. Fantastic cooking, so well done.
Overall, we were all so impressed by what you did today, and we said that it would come down to little details. Jessica, your dish was slightly chaotic on the plate and it lacked the elegance of Brett's. But that sauce was note for note with Brett's. Billy, your fish was perfectly cooked. But there just wasn't enough of that shiso dressing. Reynold, you brought us a delicate, pretty version of Brett's dish, highlighted by the fineness of that cannelloni skin. But there was one detail that we couldn't overlook. Your fish was overcooked on the underside. It was dry, and from all of us, we're really sorry, but you're going home today.